Aloha, and welcome to Betty and Roy's Real Estate Corner, brought to you by Caldwell Banker, Sakamoto Properties, etc., etc.
Another great day on Maui.
Another perfect day on Maui. It really is a great, great day on Maui. I mean, we are having a real hard time right now because of water. Rainfall has been so low. Kapalua has been somewhat without water due to some, what I think is probably negligence. But I don't know. What do you think about it all?
Well, there's a good-sized lawsuit, TY Management against Maui Land and Pineapple. And it's going to be hashed out in the courts. I think sometime in November is the first hearing. It's no question there is a drought, but TY Management is claiming that it's negligence on behalf of MLP that's caused this, the lack of water, that there's adequate rainfall in the hills, the West Maui Mountains, and Pu'ukukui Reserve and so forth. It's just lack of proper maintenance that has caused this shortage of water throughout Kapalua and basically affecting all of West Maui.
That is by itself amazing that the information that comes out, we've all heard a lot about this for a long time, what's gone on. But I think it is time that it does get sorted out.
Well, the attorneys are going to fight, obviously. And, in the meantime, the community is suffering, no question about it. Maui is suffering. There is a drought, no question about it, but there is rainfall. Looks like adequate rainfall in the West Maui Mountains, and so this will get hashed out.
Well, I hope so. I mean, because it is true. There is rain we can actually almost see it raining up in the mountains.
Yeah, you can.
You can actually see it raining, so it should be able to be getting down. But again, It's a horrible story, and there's got to be some answer to it.
Well, unfortunately, this has led to the cancellation of the Sentry Tournament of Champions in 2026, January. This was a huge booster for the economy in Maui, and West Maui in particular. I've heard estimates anywhere from $25 to $50 million for the economy. And, that's going to hurt.
I think it's going to hurt more than anyone can imagine. And there is a lot going on even right now. There's just not as many cars around. There aren't as many people around, and I think it has to do with the water.
Right. And pertaining to the Sentry Tournament, there is a big announcement to be made by the governor and the mayor. We're actually taping this one day in advance. So today, Wednesday, should be an announcement. The mayor and the governor announcing that Mr. Yanai, the owner of the golf courses at Kapalua, realizes the loss by the charities involved in the Sentry Tournament and is therefore donating funds to match whatever the charities received in 2025. So for Halemakua, for Lahainaluna High School Foundation, for Hawaii Junior Golf, and First Tee, and all the other charities involved, they will still be getting a fairly sizable contribution courtesy of Mr. Yanai.
That is huge. Unbelievable, Roy. Oh, unbelievable.
He is such a generous man. It's unbelievable. He stepped to the front right after the fires, as we know, and supported the building of 50 modular homes in Kapalua.
50.
Right, to house fire survivors. And, I have no idea what he's paid for that. It's something he wanted to do and footed the entire bill. Zero monies came out of the state or county or federal governments for this project. So that's Mr. Yanai. He, is the richest man in Japan, but he's very, very humble. He cares a lot about the Maui community. and realizes that the tournament meant a lot to the community and to the charities. So his heart is on Maui. It's unfortunate he feels he had to sue Maui Land and Pineapple, and that'll sort itself out in court. But it's a fantastic gesture by Mr. Yanai.
I think it's unbelievable, and I've never seen anybody step up and do something like that ever.
No, it's a sizable amount. It's about almost $800,000 that he's donating to these charities, and it's it's going to have a huge impact for them.
Absolutely. I mean, each one of them individually, it's going to change their lives compared with what they thought.
Yeah, I know Hawaii Junior Golf. The loss of a contribution from the Sentry Tournament was really going to affect Hawaii Junior Golf and the First Tee program in Hawaii, which is a fantastic program. Gets kids into golf at an early age, gives them activities, sporting activities. It's fantastic. And if they lost this funding, it would be a tremendous loss.
The same thing, Lahainaluna High School. Lahainaluna High School has been one of the charities that has benefited.
Right.
And this will really change, because I know there was a meeting last night, and I don't know the outcome of it, but I know that they got together, and it would have been very difficult for everyone to just talk about what's happening now, and you take away something that you never dreamed could be taken away. Never dreamed it could happen.
No, it'll make a big difference for Halemakua, as well as Lahainaluna, for the Cameron Center. It's a big, contribution from the Sentry Tournament. Now it'll come from TY Management, but it's awesome, just mind-boggling.
It is mind-boggling, and I'm sure he will feel good that he's been able to do this. It will make a huge difference to him.
Yeah.
So,
and like I mentioned, he does care deeply about Hawaii, about Maui in particular. It's his second home. He feels very much at home here. He's, Kama'aina at heart, because his true feelings are for family and community, and this is his way of giving back and trying to help the community.
he is he's such a good soul. I mean, such a good man. It's amazing that we have met him, and that you're probably one of the closest people to him on Maui, and that by itself is amazing.
Well, he's running an empire. He's seeing him in Japan, it's totally different than how he is here. Here, he's got his shorts and slippers and T-shirt on, and looks local. He's just one of everybody. Nothing special.
Just another Japanese guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then
Nice.
in Tokyo, of course, he's in his business environment, and totally different. Here he's laughing, he's joking, and so forth. Very little of that back in Japan. But he feels such peace here that it's really nice. It's great for him and his family.
It really is. It's amazing. But the bigger thing is right now the charities and what he's doing there. That's really, that's going to change everything for so many, many people in the coming year. So.
Yeah, and again, he's very, very charitable. I found out recently he had given UCLA, I think about $15 or $20 million for their Asian studies and so forth. So he's extremely generous, and he's donated a lot to charities in Japan. There's a foundation that, I can't remember the doctor's name, but a doctor who won one of the Nobel Peace Prizes for medicine, established a foundation in Kyoto and Mr. Yanai donated heavily to that. This concerns stem cell research and using stem cells to conquer cancer, hopefully. So, that's just who Mr. Yanai is.
Yeah,
And Mrs. Yanai.
And Mrs. Yanai. There's so much going on right now in general. But, the golf courses at Kapalua have been closed, so that theoretically they could get ready for the tournament. And now it looks, again, it has been canceled for this year.
Yeah, the plantation course with limited watering looks like it may be okay. Not quite sure. The number 8 green is kind of problematic. Hopefully that can come back. It's a little touch and go right now. Hopefully that doesn't have to be dug up and resodded and everything, because that'll keep the course closed for quite a while. The bay course is unfortunately history. Whatever water is allotted to the bay course has been diverted to the plantation course, trying to save the main course at Kapalua. So nothing's going to happen at the bay course, and it's basically going to dry up.
Will they possibly go back to giving some water to both courses if there's no tournament coming?
Well, I mean, the allotment, again, because the main water supply is clogged, is my understanding. There's 40% usage right now allotted to the golf courses, and the 40% allotted to the bay course is being diverted to the plantation course. So the total usage is still less than what it should be, but bay course is going to have to be sacrificed.
Oh, I mean, that by itself is very sad, because again, many golfers only play the bay course because the plantation is a lot more difficult.
Yeah, everybody wants to play the plantation. It's a PGA tournament course.
Yeah.
There's nationwide, international coverage for the golf tournament, for the Sentry Tournament. Everybody will wonder how Hideki Matsuyama can shoot something in the 30-something under for 4 days. And it's become quite the attraction. And not having that course is really going to hurt.
It's going to hurt a lot.
Yeah, everybody wants to play it, but it's typically too hard for the average golfer. You can say, hey, I played the plantation course and I only lost 3 or 4 balls or something. But, it's a fun course. The views are fantastic. In the wintertime with the whales jumping out in the ocean, it's fantastic.
The whales are unbelievable from the plantation golf course. Yeah. It is so exciting.
Yeah.
So exciting.
Yeah, we have a standard 7 a.m. starting time. Unfortunately, not for the next 2 months, but we have a group of guys that play. We tee off at 7 a.m. every Sunday morning, unless the Sentry Tournament is going off. But, there are times when we all stop and have to watch the whales just popping, porpoises. It's just a fun course.
I think it's fun. I've played up there many times, and I'm not the world's greatest golfer, but I haven't lost a ton of balls, which doesn't say that much because maybe I don't hit it far enough. But I've had good scores up there, reasonable scores, But if I think anything close to 100 is really good for me, and I love being up there. It's great. So
it's not a matter of scoring. It's just enjoying the course.
And it's a fabulous course.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think? Should we do any real estate here today?
Yeah, we can. The overall market is a little quiet. I'll say this: the market in upper end single family residential, I think, is extremely strong. We've got a lot of activity, a lot of showings in the $2.5 to $3 million plus single family homes. Interesting.
It is amazing because even the 10 million plus range has
absolutely
seen some interesting activity.
Absolutely. And, we had a client that was looking to buy something here on Maui. Unfortunately for us, ended up buying something on Oahu. But, they spent $19 million on a beautiful property on Oahu. And, there's more statewide, there's more big packages being sold, single-family homes.
Yeah, I think there's no question about that.
My understanding is there's one listed and $50-some-odd million on the Big Island. I haven't seen the home itself, but that's according to the listing agent. They are having some selective showings, so interesting.
No, I think the whole market in general is very, let's say, interesting at the moment.
Yeah.
There's a huge lawsuit going on right now, or more or less lawsuit.
Lawsuit to be.
Lawsuit,
perhaps,
well, possibly.
with,
But I'm just thinking of well, go ahead.
Yeah, with the banning of vacation rentals.
Yes.
In apartment zone properties. And that's going to be very controversial.
And I think that's going to, in a way, change a lot of the market for a long, long time and bring a screeching halt to a lot of the market.
It has.
It has already, yes.
Yeah. We've seen prices down 15, 20, 25%, depending on areas. And, this is, your vacation rental market is it's a big portion of the income for the state, the county, in terms of general excise tax, transient accommodations tax, plus what these visitors spend in condominiums. There's
it's a huge, huge loss.
There's an argument
to the state.
We've got a lot of hotels. Well, there's a lot of people that don't want to stay in hotels. Hotels are expensive. Condominiums are great. You can have breakfast and lunch.
You go to the grocery store on your way from the airport.
Yeah.
You start with that.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of people at Costco, at Safeway, and so forth as soon as they land. You can have breakfast and lunch, cereal, toast in the morning, and so forth. You don't have to run out for the $30, $40 breakfast. And, most of these condominium stayers do go out for dinners. And, it helps the restaurants.
I think, you're right. They do go out for dinner and they spend a bunch of money.
Yeah. So if all of our visitors had to stay in hotels, we're definitely going to see a reduction in visitors.
Oh, I think there's no question. They'll be going anywhere but Maui. Well, because this could go all over Hawaii, really.
Oh, sure.
It's not like it's going to be just Maui.
Absolutely.
Once this happens, I think it's really going to be an interesting thing. And I still don't see who's going to benefit from all of this. It's going to take too long.
I've seen statements, in my opinion, very callous statements saying, let's close down tourism and go back to just farming and fishing. Is that what people want? I don't think so.
I don't either.
The economy here, is geared towards tourism, and I can understand there's a resentment. There's a certain faction within our local community that is totally against tourism, and even though they know it benefits society for their families and so forth, they resent it.
Well, I think there's no question there is a lot of resentment, and it's building up. And what is going on right now, if you drive from Lahaina to the other side, to Wailuku, Kahului, and they've been taking cars, etc., out of the bushes by, it looks like hundreds of cars.
The homeless camps are being cleaned up.
Right. But where are they going to go? I mean,
that's a good question.
I think they're going to just go a little further.
They'll find other spots, right? Mm-hmm. And homelessness is another problem. We're not going to conquer that by eliminating vacation rentals.
No, and as a matter of fact, I think it will make it worse, because I think there's going to be more people that could end up homeless because of the way the prices are going for condominiums now.
Or because they're unemployed.
or because they're unemployed. So many people are going to lose jobs over what's going on.
Sure.
Even if you just drive from Kapalua right now to Lahaina, depending on the time of day, there's no traffic. I mean, it used to be almost every time of day there was traffic. Where are all the people going?
No.
Something's missing.
No, absolutely.
So I don't know how that's going to change, except to get worse. So
yeah, absolutely. So I mean, this will get hashed out in the county council. It's very controversial. There'll be more time for comments, and I'm sure it'll be heated again on both sides. Those for and against the banning of vacation rentals in apartment zone properties. So, stand by. In the meantime, no question, the condominium market is suffering.
It is. And, the other thing, just going back, it's been over 2 years since the fires. We had 2 years that we could have built some sort of housing, that would have helped a lot of these people as they got ready to rebuild. But a lot of the people were renters. They need a place to live. And they could possibly buy, if maybe the county came up with another, or the state of Hawaii, another housing project that would work for people that are in a lower price range than all these condominiums that seem to be shutting down.
Yeah, we're not the only island facing affordable housing shortages, or the only place in the world, because it's happening everywhere. It's in Europe, in many parts of the U.S., unless you're looking in Arkansas or something like that, no knocking against Arkansas. They've got lots of inexpensive housing, but, they're not attracting people.
No, I think, but there is a way. I mean, when you look at years ago, they put some developments in here. Napili Hau, I think, was an amazing, amazing development. And people love their homes there. They're beautiful. They're great. And they're small.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're 800 square feet, it's a lot for some of them, maybe 1,000 square feet. But they're small, they're close together, and everybody knows everybody. But it didn't take that much land.
But, that was a project by Maui Land and Pineapple back in the day. Dream City in Kahului. That was put up by the sugar plantation, for their workers. So it's doable. But these big landowners, Maui Land and Pineapple and so forth, need to step up. I know MLP is working with the state on affordable housing out towards Kahana, Napili. But then it becomes a big boondoggle for them because the state is paying for all the infrastructure, the utilities, and so forth. And after X number of years, they're turning it over to MLP. Well, in my thinking, that's not long-term affordable housing. It's just temporary housing, and it's going to benefit MLP.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I just think that it's something that needs to be talked about, and it needs to be, the whole community needs to be involved, no matter what price range you would be in. It takes a job. You have to have a job to end up doing it. But we've hit probably the 1 minute warning now, so we have 60 seconds to say something. But I think let's skip all the other
check
properties.
out SakamotoProperties.com.
Please do that. Check out SakamotoProperties.com. Call Roy Sakamoto, 808-870-7060, and he will direct you. And I think that's a perfect thing right now. And we will be available. And Danny Couch is here to say, I love Hawaii. And we love Hawaii more than you can